Yeah, hi folks, and welcome to another video. Now, I was thinking about graphics cards the other day, and I was thinking to myself, what would be the cheapest graphics card we could buy that we could actually play some games on? And now I've set myself a couple of criteria for this. Number one, it has to be new. It has to be in a box, sealed, not like open boxed, etc. And number two, there has to be more than one of them. So it can't just be a one-off purchase. I have to be able to buy more than one of said graphics cards if I wanted to. Now, the platform I've chosen is eBay here. AliExpress terrifies the hell out of me. And yeah, Amazon is a bit of a minefield as well. So eBay is the platform for this. And yeah, this is what I've come up with. My name's Andy and this is Andy's Tech. So yes, I've brought myself the cheapest graphics card new I could find on eBay. So let's have a look and see what we brought. So it was this one here. I had a little bit of a digging around. I mean, I was expecting a GT 710 really for this sort of price, but I come across this listing for a PMY NVIDIA Quadro P400 low profile graphics card. And this guy had 3 of them, so it fits the criteria there, and it was listed as new. Now we had it listed for £40, so yeah, it was boxed. As you can see, new sealed unit, so that fits the second criteria. Now £40 is a little bit cheap for a Quadro P400, but we have a saying here in England, and that is if it fell off the back of a lorry, ask no questions, hear no lies. But he's a genuine seller, 100% positive feedback. And yeah, I sent him an offer of £30, which he accepted. So with £5 delivery, that brings the grand total for our brand new Quadro P400 today to 35 UK pounds. Now, before we get into the unboxing of the GPU, we'll have a little look at tech power up quickly. Now, so the NVIDIA Quadro P400 is based on the GP107 graphics processor. There's 256 cores, 16 TMUs, 16 ROPs with 2 GB of GDDR5 memory running on a 64-bit memory bus. Now, strangely enough, these are the same specifications as the infamous and quite rare of a beast of a GT 1010 that was never actually released. So we've got ourselves here a GT 1010 basically. Now it is a Quadro card, so we can't overclock it. We're stuck with what we get out of the box. But we have a base clock of 1252 megahertz with what it says is a boost clock of 1252 megahertz and a base clock of 1228. The memory is running at 1002 megahertz. It's a 30 watt TDP card. It's got 3 mini display ports, as we can see there. It supports DirectX 12. It supports all the latest driver updates, and it is based on the GP107, which I said before, which is the same. It's a Pascal card, sorry. And it's the same as the GTX 1050, 1050 Ti, which this also means we get the very nice goodies of the NVEC encoder. So a card like this as well would also make a brilliant little dedicated streaming PC. So that's the specs of the card. If we jump now, and I'm going to unbox it for you and see what we've got in the box. Right, so here we have our Quadro in its box. The box is just a standard Quadro box. It's not too bashed up. I have been in this box just to check its contents when I got it, but the card itself is unopened. So what have we got inside? So we've got this first tray, and kind of in here we've got our mini display to DVI adapters. There's 3 of those. We've also got a full height PCIe bracket, which is ace because we're going to need that. There's 3 of those display leads, and then just our drivers. So let's get rid of that. So this is our cute little Quadro. As you can see, it's unopened, it's brand new in the packaging. I think that was a bit of a touch, really. Whether we can play some games on it, we'll see. But I'll open this, get it installed in the system, and see if we can play some games on it. So the test system today is our reasonably priced Dell Optiplex 3060 that we took a look at a couple of weeks ago. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link above now. We have an 8th generation i5-8500 6-core CPU, 16GB of DDR4 2666 MHz RAM, a 256GB M.2, and the rest is all just standard Dell OEM-iness. But I'm glad we had the full height PCI bracket for the card, and it fits nicely in there. It looks kind of cool. So let's jump into some games now and see how the little card does. Right, so the first game we are going to test today is Valorant. I'm filming this like it's 2005 again, as the P400 won't work with my capture card. Well, it will work, I just don't have a mini DP to HDMI, and at the moment we're running mini display to DVI to HDMI, and it's caused all kinds of issues with my capture card. So we're filming the benchmarks like this. Yeah, so we have Valorant 1080p low settings, everything turned to low, and quite honestly this is the game that like these lower end cards are built for. I think it's the only purpose the GT 710 has for gaming, and it's no surprise we're doing alright here today. We've got a high refresh rate experience, well over a high refresh rate experience with 200 plus FPS. Now I do apologise, I suck at FPS games and I suck at Valorant. I'm left-handed and I have to use a keyboard which is right-handed, and I just haven't got to grips with that yet with my monkey mind. But we're doing okay, we're not bottom of the pack. Certainly if you had one of the higher refresh rate monitors like 165Hz, 144Hz, you could lock it to that and you would have a lovely experience. Yeah, see, I just get destroyed in these games. Let's see if we can get him. No, can't get him, no. So yeah, Valorant is lovely and playable on the little P400. It doesn't matter how many FPS you have. If you suck at Valorant, you suck at Valorant. So let's move on to something else that I suck at, which is CSGO. Again, we've gone for 1080p here, low settings. I'm running in a bot match today just because I wanted to use the overlay, and you can't use that on online without getting a penalty. Let's kill him. It's not too bad actually. It's doing better than I thought. Nowhere near the frame rate we were getting in Valorant. But we have got a plus 60 FPS experience here. I'm going to get absolutely tanked at a bot match here. Yeah, so plus 60 FPS experience. GPU is sitting at about 96-97% usage, so we don't have too much input lag. I'm not the greatest CSGO player in the world, but I could definitely play the game like this, and I've had a lot worse CSGO experiences. So if you picked up a little card like this, just you wanted to play some casual CSGO, I think it would be more than acceptable. The percentile figures aren't great, but we've only started counting a minute ago, and they'll probably smooth out a little bit as I get into this. So yeah, CSGO, we've got about 100 FPS average, 1% of 41, 40-ish, and 0.1% a little bit low. But yeah, CSGO more than playable on the little Quadro P400. So we'll try some Fortnite now, because it wouldn't be a budget benchmark video without some Fortnite. It's actually more demanding than Apex Legends, I find these days, which is just crazy. But we're 1080p performance mode here, with medium textures, medium view distance. See if we get in. We can't get in, I've got no bullets. But we've got a plus 60 FPS experience here. It is Fortnite, so it is going to stutter, like it always does. That's just Fortnite really. But performance mode, I'd say this was playable. I've had a lot worse Fortnite experiences. So he's holding up quite well, the little P410. Had a lot worse Fortnite experiences, so he's holding up quite well, the little P400. It's doing better than I expected. See if we can get him with the... See if we can get him. Oh, nearly. There we are. Hey, look, you can get kills in Fortnite, so it's got to be playable. So last up, and it wouldn't be a proper benchmark review of this little card we've brought here today if I didn't throw some AAA hardcoreness at it and watch it suffer. So yeah, here we are in Cyberpunk, 720p low settings, not the low preset, everything to low, with some FSR 2.1 on performance. And yeah, it's struggling. It's not actually that unstable. It's just struggling. We're getting like high teens, mid teens. We're in downtown Night City at the moment, so nowhere near a 30 FPS sort of minimum experience. It is struggling a lot actually. I mean, maybe you could play it like this if you were used to playing at 30 FPS. I can't even see what's going on. See if we can get this drone. No, I can't get the drone. It doesn't look quite as bad on the footage as it does sitting here playing it. So if you want to buy a little card like this or a similar card, don't be expecting to be able to play any AAA titles. And on that note, that brings us to the end of the video. So how did my little experiment go today? I don't know really, it's debatable. I mean, this was more just a bit of fun to see what we could buy on the real lower end of things. I mean, it definitely has its use case, the P400. If you want to display out for like 3 monitors or something, it's perfect. If you want to play a bit of Valorant in your spare time as well, you know, something like this in an old Dell like we've had today would be a perfect little like college work system or something like that. Obviously the P400 isn't designed for gaming, and there is so much more I could recommend for the £35–40 mark. You could get a GTX 960 2GB, RX 470 4GB, maybe an RX 560 2GB or a 4GB even. So yeah, it's not a card I'd recommend. Still, I had fun today. I'm quite enjoyed playing on the little P400. It definitely didn't disappoint for the money, and at the end of the day, I've spent £35 in a lot worse ways. So thank you for watching the video. Please leave a comment down below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this little card or any little similar cards like it that you've brought. I always enjoy hearing your feedback, and I read every comment. Please leave a like as well. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Take care, God bless, and hopefully see you in the next one.